everyone. Welcome to another live. Welcome. I am Miss Marie, and this is, let me move this over a little bit. And this is Giving It to You Straight live from somewhere in the East Coast. Shout out to everyone from the East Coast. And so we are going to tap into another mindful message for all 12 zodiac signs. Also, a little bit of tarot for the collective. It's all about the unity and oneness. And so, understanding the keys and codes. It's all about, especially with this equinox power as we step into the fall season, focus on balance. Balance is key, and how to raise our polarity, our awareness, how to see the good things in all for the common good, a greater goal, a common goal, whatever you have going on. Focus on balance is key. All right, focus on the good things. Focus on what you have to gain than what you have to lose. And so, yeah, this beautiful energy. Happy birthday to all the Libras that are celebrating today. Monday, Moody Monday, some people call it. September 22nd. Saying goodbye to summer and welcoming the autumn season is here with that equinox power as we step into this new cycle. Reset. Let's get started with the mindful messages for all 12 zodiac signs, beginning with Taurus. Oh, there could be a Taurus. Taurus. All right. Beginning with Aries. Okay, let's go ahead. For all 12 of my beautiful zodiac familia is what it's all about. One more. Let's go ahead. From Aries to Pisces in that order. One more. Okay, one more. Thank you. One more. And thank you. Okay. Let's go ahead. The mindful message. Now, verses earlier this morning, I did a live about 4:30, I believe it was. Yeah, about 4:30. Okay. So just think about Aries. Hey, Darshan Das, I'm waiting for my final round interview. Oh, okay. Let me give this to Aries. Aries, hold lightly, and I'll be right with you. I take things and people that come into my life lightly, not holding on too tight, Aries, so that when it comes time for them to go, they may go smoothly. This doesn't mean that I love any less, but that I am open to the changes of life, Aries. Okay? That is your mindful message for today. Saying goodbye to all friends, closing those doors, welcoming new opportunities, new friendships is what it's all about. Sending out that love and gratitude and being grateful for the friends that you already have, the ones that are no longer here with you, and just all about finding that balance. Hey, Darshan Das, welcome to the live. Go ahead and share that beautiful love and with that thumb. And Darshan Das, I am waiting for a final round interview. Will I get the call this week? Question or any other date? Let's get right into the energy for you, Darshan Das. Let's see. So we'll go into a yes or a no, maybe or so, but we'll find out. Maybe they'll show me what kind of interview you are having. Let's find out here. Let's sound off to the sacred and divine spirit of all there is right here. That creation right there, the circle, the virtuous circle of life as we go in through these equinoxes, solstices. That power is all about reaping a good harvest. All right? And whatever you do, understanding the laws, the principles, it's very important. Hurry up. Let's go for Darshan Das. We're going to go with a yes or no. Sometimes give me something that you have to take care of. Keep that in mind. Let's be open-minded. Let's be objective, impartial, unbiased. Let's see. It's all for the common good. Let's work towards. It's a goal that we have to keep in mind as citizens of the world. Okay, is to help as many people as we can, as we are moving forward. Every little bit counts. Don't think that you have to go redirect your life. You just do as much as you can as you help yourself. One more for Darshan Das. Thank you, thank you. One more. Yes or no? Thank you. Any other day? Thank you, thank you. One more. And thank you. There's always 2 or 3 interviews. So you got the 5 of Pentacles. So they're not giving me anything. All right. So I don't know if you're doing something in social work in here, trying to help the poor. All right. Something working with the disadvantage here, but the Torah, the high priestess, doesn't really give you an answer. But maybe by the full moon, okay? There's a quarter moon that happens before the full moon. We just finished that new moon, okay? So the next one, maybe 15 days, all right? It could be 15 days, 15 days here, all right? So we got 5, we got 1 is 10, and 12. So basically the high priestess doesn't reveal stuff because all she's saying is about credits. She has to, there's 5. All right, there's something about changing your there's something that you have to change here when it comes to, it could be something educational, all right? Maybe you don't have enough credits or less credits, or somebody could be, having more credits than you, or whatever the case may be here. Because the Torah, if you understand the Hebrew, the Torah she's holding here, it only goes up to the first 5 books of the Bible. Once you understand there are hidden things or they're hidden fees, there's something hidden here that it's not gonna come to surface. It could be background check. All right. So I just want you to keep that in mind because I understand this energy. All right. You got to remember 6. There could be, I don't know if it's a 6 figures or a 6, because you got to remember the highs and low and the tides, the low tide, high tides, every 6 and 6:18. You understand that? So every 6 point something hours that we get highs and low tides. All right, so there could be something changing here. When you understand that, especially where you live at, all right, something could be higher, maybe an upgrade. That's an upgrade here. All right, so I don't know exactly here if you want to work with the disadvantage. You also got the Empress here. Maybe you want to do something from home, beauty, industry, or it could be in the store, India, Bangalore. All right, so it could be something like that. Maybe you need to get a little more credit. Remember, she's not really. When it comes to education, she might have, maybe you want to get your master's, all right? You maybe got your bachelor's. So you understanding this, all right? From Hudson, what? Is that a college? I don't know. I'm not in, you have to be a little more specific with India. I mean, you understand me? So HCL, all right? So when she shows up, because you have 2 things here, night shift, it could be, are you going for night shift here? Because it could be 2 things here that you may be trying to go for, or 2 positions, where to put you better at, all right? So you be specific with the HCL. What does that mean? All right? Because this career with conflict resolutions, trying to help people that are disadvantaged, okay? Social work in here, trying to find people home. I don't know. You still left me the same. I don't know what the NC, and I don't want you to make me look bad on my own life. I just don't, first of all, I'm not in India. Night shift, all right? So this is night shift. So that's exactly where I was going with it. So let me finish. Don't put your whole company, okay? Just be mindful of that. I want you to come here, and we're here, conscious awareness, present, all right? So it could be that. It could be something that could pay more or could pay less. Multinational company. Oh, okay. And who they work with, all right? Okay? Or maybe there's something here about credits. That's the only thing I could tell you, because you got to look at the Torah. All right, but the Torah doesn't reveal things. So there's codes, there's hidden. There's something hidden, or there's a hidden fee, or there's something here that's going to come to the surface, but it's not going to happen until the full moon. First, we're going to go to the quarter more. There's some changes there. Oh, this is a lot. Woo! Because she's self-employed. You understand me? And she's a head of an organization here. When you understand her, she's government. She's in leadership. Okay? This could be seafood market. Do you used to work for? I mean, like, I don't know. Like, when I look at this energy, it has to do with seafood, food. All right, something to that, or the camp industry, beauty. I don't know exactly. All right, so let me go get my other deck just to give you a little confirmation. All right, so night shift maybe All right, willing to this is a need for collaboration. Remember, she represents the three. The three is all about finding common ground and having that balance. You need to learn how, some balance here in order to, because there's somebody that's not going to agree with a decision. It could be two people. It could be two people. All right, it could be two people involved here. Somebody might agree, and the other person, there's a lack of collaboration here. All right, it didn't come out in the reverse, but a lot of times when there's too many people, I mean, you don't got no red tape energy here yet. All right? So I don't know if this is a woman's own organization. You got a lot of energy here. The male, the patriarch versus the matriarch. All right? But there's like a lack of common ground here. Let's see. You got the Four Cups, a carer. Wow. The devil. Okay. The devil energy represent. So look, it's about willing to overcome something here. The Justice card and the Ten of Pentacles. Family business here, own or whatever. But anyway, you're gonna have to learn how to be uncomfortable here with this energy. When the devil comes on to build for a few years. I don't know if you want to be able. Let me see what's under here. All right. So you got the Wheel of Fortune. All right. Maybe this delay is gonna take you somewhere better. All right. This is what it's saying. All right, because a lot of time when you get the Wheel of Fortune, it's taking you to something unexpected. All right, so whatever the delay is, all right, it could lead you to a position in leadership. All right, are you going for management? All right, there's a management position, but with the Justice card, a year, this could be something here, because now we're going into a year here. This takes a year. This is more of a holistic computer. It could be a little bit of both. Okay, especially with the caretaker here. All right, this is my caretaker card. Okay, when you get an occupation that you don't see yourself as a carer, but the energy is all about taking care of other people. Oh, a deputy. Oh, okay. All right, listen. So that's why you get the justice system. Okay. All right, so just good luck. I mean, I'm going to shuffle for you one more time. Let's get a yes or a no. I don't see no red tape. Deputy manager, that's nice. Here we go, one more. That's a big accomplishment here, all right? I don't like when the high priest comes out because it doesn't give you a definite answer right away, all right? It's one of those cards that if you don't really know how to read between the lines of the high priest, you're going to be lost because you got to learn. It's like 9. You got to understand the 8 faces of the moon, all right? And how high and low, how to bargain or negotiate or conflicts resolution. There's something here, all right? Yeah, there's something that somebody's not getting on top of, or somebody doesn't have the education to manage the paperwork or something to that extent, all right? Because remember, the Torah, nobody really understands what it's encoded. There's a lot of different codes and things, or a lot of something to figure out. Locks. Oh, where are we going with this locks? One more. Here we go for you, yes or no. So we got a year, or this could have been a year. Okay, or 8 months or 8 days. So yes, and the world card is for me, as I understand, Saturnian, very disciplined energy. Okay, but you got this card here. I don't know if this is you or this is right with the page of Pentacles. Good news and a visionary money. You might not get the money for your qualification, something to that extent. But the world card is about completing something, some degree or some because this for me is a ceremony or graduating from somewhere. So they might be looking into that and your status and graduation, okay? So you got the 8 of Cups there. So just expect anything to happen here. So when the 2 major arcana of the world is 12 months, 20. So you got 12 and 21. All right? Are you over 21? All right, you must be, right? You're 21? All right, because this is where I'm going with it. Or it could be December. All right, because this is my December card. All right? So good luck. I'm going to leave it there. I think that's pretty good. I mean, a lot of times we might not want to go back to school or finish credits. You're 29. Oh, okay. So, okay, 21, 29. So you're there. All right? So, Because this is like when you get the work card, it's an expertise. It's a card of completion, but it's a card of graduation. It's a card of completing something. Okay, stepping into something that you're already not. You know what I mean? Like you got to be fourth job switch. No wonder I got the 8 of cups. Looking for something better, a job that is right. So did you abandon any other job? Because when you look at the 8 of cups, you got to understand that the 8 of cups leaves to find something quicker or something better. A need of money. I got to get the money now. I got to get the money now. It opens a termination and abandoning something. Okay. There's a grand hotel or not eligible for something. I didn't give it to you, but because it was the last card there. Okay. And that's financial instability. Maybe leaving something. So they might be looking at that. So you got to just be mindful of, go back to your last year. This is why I tell people, always make a log, document. Okay. You want to move. That's the whole thing. You never wait. Listen, what I will wait is 10, 15 days and then reach out to them. Because if we went from the quarter moon, all right, you got to understand. Once you understand the moon card, then you'll be like, oh, okay, I know exactly, when the stakes are going to be really, really high or really, really low. Know that, and when you're gonna get it that same, but it could be 15 days. All right. So if you come back in 10 days and see what happens, because they didn't give it to you right away. I'm sorry. Most likely they're not. Yeah. All right. So just be mindful of that, and let me see quickly. So we on the 22nd. So I want to give you October 22nd or there before 15, 22, 7. Okay? Let's put it onto the 7. And if you don't see nothing, we'll look again. Because remember, we are always in new energy. And this could be a new opportunity. It could be a divine intervention. You never know how the universe has prepared for you. So when you get the high priestess, in stillness, you find your answers. All right. So they want you to really look deep and find out there's something else that you need to do. All right. Because this is some deep, deep stuff. This is some, dealing with some deep stuff could be, you know what I mean? It could become a little confusing at times. All right. But anyway, that's what I got. I mean, the high priestess just gives you that 5. It goes from conflict and resolution, and then it leaves you with more questions than answers. So I'm gonna leave it there. I thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna continue here. Thank you, Darsha Das. I'm gonna continue here with the mindful messages for today, September 22nd. Again, happy birthday to all the Libras that are celebrating today. Listen, the Empress, she's all in her equinox power. Okay, and when that power exerts, you'll overcome any challenges. All right, you're welcome if you're still here. You're welcome, sweetie, okay? Listen, keep going, all right? Keep coming to the top. You have protection over you. And, when there's a way, you'll find. If there's not a way, you'll find a way, okay? So they could be looking at that too, all right? There could be so avoid scrutiny at all costs. All right, you're welcome, sweetie. Let's go ahead with Aries. I was on hold on lightly. Hold on lightly, baby. Let's go ahead so we could have that state of expanded awareness. Yeah, I know, but you gotta relax. Relax. It's okay. It ain't the end of the world. Ain't nothing to be tense about. Let's go ahead. I think I had the call shuffle already. Let's go ahead as we move forward to Taurus. Taurus, I'm gonna be here for another 10 minutes. Just gotta release the energy. Oh, I wish as soon as you said tense, I'm like, no, that's not the vibration you want to be under. No. The very first, don't be so suspicious about everything. It's okay. Release the energy. Let tension leave you. Mindful messages for Taurus. Taurus, fuel. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do the things for myself. When I make sure I am taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and for the work that I do. Okay, 2 hands. 2 hands, what happens? 1 hand wash the other and 2 wash the face, right? So make sure that is the equal balance. So the balance is taking care of me, my family. How do I find the balance? This is what this energy is all about. That is being offered to us as we step into this equinox power. All right, maximum power is what I call it. So especially you as a earth sign to find that metholo- methodical methodical approach in finding that balance. All right, and to have find more excitement for you, so you can move and work, you know. Uh, and so yeah, so just try to just today practice a little bit more of you, a little more self care. Absolutely, absolutely. I will do so too. All right, I'm all about my angels' power as well. I love it. I love it. I love what they bring. I love, how we could go to these thought pack forms and consciousness and connect, with the ethereal of it, the luminous and the light, the energy, the invitation, of course, as we here trying to figure things out. Let's go ahead with, so anyway, yeah, Taurus. So, how can you take care better of yourself, Taurus, and show up for more of those in my life and for the work that I do? A lot of times, we don't stay consistent because it's like if we can't show up for ourselves, it won't make us show up for other people. And this is, I think, one of the problems that we have, especially when how can I be more consistent so I could show up not only for the people that matter, but so I could stay being consistent without feeling like I have to. When we get so overwhelmed, when we want to take care of everybody, it leaves us, man. I just want to run away. How can we cultivate a little bit more of that self care and self discovery? And to get into our power, into our axiom power. Let's go ahead with Gemini. Gemini projecting. Gemini, rather than reacting or projecting my emotions onto others, Gemini, for the love of God, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. So, when someone says or does something that brings up strong emotions, Gemini, within me, not within them, because they're gonna be all right. All right. Remember, your mutable energy, your flexibility. You're going to get the energy. You're going to be swayed more by that energy than any other sign. So how do you cope with it? How do you cope with it? You don't even understand and you hurt yourself behind words and thoughts of other people. We could read other people's minds, of course. But anyway, I have the choice in how I respond. When we project, or even when somebody projecting their fears and their insecurities on me, that doesn't give me the right to respond. Like we're not aware of that, and a lot of times we act out of ignorance or out of our will. Okay, this is why we have the strength card, and because if I was to pull the energy, I would get the strength card, and the strength card tells you when we like practice more mindfulness, we enhance our awareness, and then we spiritually grow, we get emotionally mature. It takes time, and we ripen over time. It doesn't happen overnight. So when you feel that energy coming out with those strong emotions, because you're going to feel them, you know why? Because of the highs and low tides of the moon. It influence our decision with an influence period in the earth. All right. So when you have those strong emotions, right? Give yourself a count out. All right? Saying, okay, you're going to feel the more stronger as the moon orbits, of course, orbits the earth. And every 6 hours or so, if you're not sleeping, take the time to write, to breathe, you know? So, anyway, that's all I can give you. Practice some breathing, knowing that everything's helping you, that you're okay, that words are just words, insecurities are insecurities. It happens in the mind. A lot of times, they happen in the mind and we bring them into here, into our reality. All right? So just understand that mindfulness and meditation help you cultivate more of an awareness and reduce mental chatter. That's all that's going on. And since you don't know what to do with it, how do I express it? What do I say? That's what happens. Personal journey for you, Cancer. Cancer, you follow what I follow. Or let me just, because I like to change things around. Make sure that you follow what feels right within you without needing some validation from others. We are each on our own journey, and mine doesn't does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. How we put so much on the external validations, and we build on that. We build on that because it's what gives us, like what? Like it gives us security, right? Like if other people think I'm doing good, I'm great, everything's going great in my life. And it's not true. We go through so much that if we build on external validations, now what you say to yourself, follow not what the world wants you to be, because you're not going to get to know everybody in the world. So just take some time, go on a personal journey, right? My personal journey be, I'm going to take a walk through the woods, and what I'm going to get out of there. You're going to put music on and block everything out. When you get to the woods, let's just say that's what it is, right? Are you going to sit down and meditate and be okay with yourself and just allow all that energy, or turn that energy into light and love, all right? And knowing that everybody's journey is not going to look, although we all come from, all right, let me move past that. I can't, because that's one of my favorite topics. We all come from the spirit of oneness and that divine spirit of sacred. And so when we understand that, we'll overcome a lot of things together, but as an individual. My life don't gotta look like yours. Let's go ahead, Virgo. Virgo, follow my day, my joy, Virgo. Okay, so the road along looks empty, the streets. All right, so today could have been a great day where everything just went smooth. All right, or it's going to be. Today I will write down the 10 things I enjoy doing, the things that make me feel good. So are we here just to feel good? All right? I'm sorry, I just threw that out there. Are we here as human beings to do the job that we came to do? Or are we just born just to feel good? I just want to feel good. All right? So just be careful with that. I'm going to point out the little ones that I see here. And raise my mood. How do you raise your mood? Another one. How do you raise your mood? All right? There's a long way here. But anyway, I feel guided to and go do it. When I'm having fun and enjoying life, I am in the state of allowing for all that I desire. You follow my joy. Okay? But be careful what feels good to you and what raises your mood. Is it happy people? Of course. Is it being around people that are positive, that are people that have, basically what I was telling you, there's 2 paths that you could choose, Virgo. Okay? Follow the beat of your own drum and go on the things that make you feel not only good, but that's going to give you purpose and meaning. Okay, Virgo? If you follow other people's journey or other people's path, it might not make you feel so good afterwards. Like you're going to get a little bit of adventure, but then it's just going to sizzle out. It doesn't last. So basically happiness at the end of the day is a choice, like positivity, okay? And anything depends on the quality of your thoughts, okay? So, all right, Virgo? So let's just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead with Leo. Leo, you have release. Leo, today I release all limiting beliefs, harmful thoughts, toxic patterns, and anything out of alignment. I am ready for the transformation and welcome this shift. I am creating space for a new chapter filled with love, abundance, and amazing opportunities. Release, let go, welcome new energy, okay? Here, an alignment. How we get in alignment with the healing vibrations of the universe, and how do I release worry, fear, doubt, right? Breathing in, I breathe in joy, peace, tranquility, and I breathe out anger, anxiety, stagnant energy, negative thoughts, and then I align my positive thoughts with those of the divine, okay? Nurture for you, Libra. Wait, I went backwards. What happened? Okay, so anyway, Scorpio, nurture. It's okay to want to stay home and be alone, Scorpio. I deserve days to myself. Days to relax and simply be. I honor how I feel, and I take this day to do the things that feel nurturing to me. So today, on this Monday, you might find yourself, you know what? I just want to stay home from work if you at work, or you even if you don't have the option after the kids go to school, if you're a parent of children, small children, find some time, nurture yourself. even if it's to sleep 20 minutes before the kids, get back after doing all the work, or even if you just want to have one of those lazy moments, you're entitled to do so, okay? And so nurture yourself, pamper yourself today is what they're telling you. You've been through a lot and it's time to relax. Let's go ahead, especially after too much partying. For those of you that party, because Scorpios, you love to dance, and today you got the Knight of Wands, and I said, "Woo!" Everything's gonna take off. You're gonna feel so on top of the world, especially with this equinox, optimum power energy that's coming in, have reset. But then by the middle of the day or the end of the day, you're gonna feel a little bit like, right, because you know when you operate on that fiery energy, of course you are represent Mars, and I keep forgetting that because you're a water sign. I forget that, but how to balance between that fire and that water, how to create, because that creates themes, right? So how to have that balance so that you don't burn out. How do you have that third option? Is key is the balance so you can become centered and have a great balance between the both. And a lot of people can't really keep that going. Guidance system for you, Sagittarius. I love using my emotions as a guidance system. They show me how close and far away I am from what I want. When I'm feeling joy and doing the things I love, I'm in the state of allowing. As we get to this high state of consciousness, that we understand that we allow our desires, right? I notice when I'm feeling low vibrational thoughts and shift them to release resistance. Capricorn, you got conscious focus here. This is when you get the devil's card and he got that pentagram because he's what does it call that word? He's focusing. He's what is that word? Oh my God! Well, he's straightly lining, but with a conscious awareness, right? When you focus on that money, all right, I attract more of starting with today. I will be more. I'll be more conscious of what I choose to spend time speaking or thinking of. I will do more of the things that bring me joy, and I see as more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. See, the devil, he got the inverted pentagram because he knows that inverted pentagram is has dominion, but it's to help him have control over the ego. Okay, so he knows that he must stand there through the as uncomfortable as it is, right? If in order for him to find for years to come to have that abundance, he needs to understand that, but it's only temporary. So as you're laser focused on the goal, right? And as you stand to the test, descending to the final test, right? You become more conscious, focused on the things that really, and then just align them, with what I want, tangible. I want to see it, right? And a lot of times, sometimes, that's that discipline that Saturn brings you, as they call them, the great malefic. Okay, so when you understand that there was energy in that and what that goat, because it's like you're not gonna let that other goat get away, and that goat represents a scapegoat, or I'm gonna blame other people for my problems. You know what I mean? So understanding that card is a real. It has different diverse meanings through the different cultures, of course. But when you understand its resilience, the animal, all right, that we all carry, how do I don't want the animal to take over. So I have dominion, right? As a human species, as we here, I'm having dominion over the earth, right? I'm giving this power, but I gotta keep the animal in check because if not, it'll take over, right? And that's the animal that we all hold, like the lion, the cat. This all these cards represent some kind of animal, bird, or another. And so that's the discipline that the body must have. Having that pentagram represents here creation. How do I make that money? And how do I not get greedy so then I could reap a good harvest? So I could, because I'm planting seeds of greatness, but my focus is here. I'm laser focused on making this goal happen. So I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna meet the devil, like they say, right where he's at. I'm gonna match my energy. I'm gonna learn how to turn that darkness into light. Because at the end of the day, we sow seeds of greatness, right? When we sow that seed, we stand the test of time because we don't know if we're gonna reap a good harvest. We don't know. When we plant that seed, we set that intention. We stay there and we wait, and we don't stay there. Basically, we nurture it. It got to go through some darkness. It got to go through basically HE double hockey sticks. Not to say the curse. Not that I can say it, I just choose not to. So every day is a choice. We choose to the light or we choose the dark. You understand? We choose. It's up to us to choose. So we have choices every day when you wake up. All right? Do I want to stay here and continue to nurture this in darkness? Or how can I take this darkness into light? Do I have what it takes? Wherever you at in your life. All right. So you can turn any situation. This has come to the law of transmutation. Let's go ahead to let's see what it was. Where was that? Okay. Aquarius, you got play. And oh my God, I gotta get out of here. You got play, Aquarius. I am completely engaged in what I do in the here and now, and I call it play instead of work. I am deeply fulfilled by all that I do. Okay? And Pisces, coming my way. Unique opportunities align with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all that I need to make my dreams a reality. So because of you giving that hand to others, this comes back to you. All right. This is another law. Okay. The law of correspondence, the law of give and receive. Understanding that law, that what you give, it comes back to you tenfold. And with that being said, I have to go. I'll see you guys on the next live. I really never come on this time, but I thought, I had a little time. I'm on my Oxyman Equinox energy. And so I love welcoming this energy with positivity, keeping a positive mindset. Remind myself that we are like leaves, right? It shows, because that tree basically shows us that leaves, right? They can lose their leaves, but they will always grow back, showing you, all right, that timing is everything, okay? And trust in that divine timing, and there's better days to come, so keep going. It's a symbol of strength, of rebirth, of harmony, and balance. I thank you guys for showing up here. Thank you so much. Dasha, I see you in 15 days. Let me know how it goes. And stay positive, and just release your rational mind. Your reason already had faith in something. Don't hold on to it. Release it and trust. And I know that's scary. And I know it's scary. I know you tell yourself, when is it going to happen? Especially when it comes to the matters of the heart. That's a little tricky. Because right now we want to have that balance, and we want to find the person. And if we get into any connections, doesn't last very long. But all I can say to you guys, listen, as long as somebody's ready to commit, and this commitment is serious. You got to tell yourself, I got to be responsible. I got to do my part as best as I can to work, to nourish, to enhance, to give it love, light. Okay? And so keep that in mind. Right? If you want long-term satisfaction, today, commitment and balance is the key. With that being said, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I always like to leave you guys with a little something. Have a blessed day, and see you guys again tomorrow morning. Hopefully I get in here a little bit more, about 4 o'clock. I was running behind a little bit. It's running about half hour behind. That's okay. All right. Listen, put away any worries. Let that heart and mind have that balance. And don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's not here. Today's the day that counts. Mindful today. Leave to more awareness tomorrow. Mindful today. And it goes on and on and on. All right. Just a little bit of mindfulness. Practice some of that. And explore and integrate all parts of yourself. And it's okay to not to be okay. All right? Because nobody's perfect. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.